My name is Brianna, and I'm here with Black Music Canada. And today I'm interviewing
Zochi, Canada's queen of Afrobeat.
Of course. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. When people call you that, queen of Afrobeats, how do you feel?
Honored. I'm not even gonna lie. Shout out Nigeria. I'm originally from Nigeria. We know right now we popping, and I'm taking that and I'm bringing it over here with the culture that I now intertwine with. So that's what's up. Yeah.
And when it comes to the Canadian music scene, how do you see that developing?
Oh man, like just being here alone is a prime example of how far we're gonna go. Having all the Black music executives gather together at an event to just bring awareness to the cultural barriers and like what we need to equip Black artists in the industry and give them the knowledge to carry on, I guess, take the mantle from the legends and keep moving with it. So I think we're going very far as long as we keep representing ourselves, like educating ourselves and coming together as a community. Yeah.
With the Canadian music scene, how do you see it developing with younger people?
There's quite a few young artists that are doing big right now. There's twos, you got the legends showing up, ready to give you that advice. Like Sax Music, we have a mentorship program that's open. We actually do focus on specific like younger ages, so like 18 to about 23. And so we have those kind of events open to equip the younger generation and just let them explore their creativity. So there's room for us, for everybody, Yeah.
And with a lot of the funding being pulled from festivals recently, how do you think we can solve that problem? Like, what's the alternative?
Alternative to funding? We need the funding. There's no alternative. Don't do that. That's not good.
Do you think there's any alternative to festivals, though?
I guess investors, having people that are willing to invest. Like, do you believe in music? Do you have the capacity to support music? Then this is a space for you to thrive. Like, collaborate with the music organizations, put on shows, like give us that push that we need, and hopefully they don't it's not a good thing to pull money from festivals. Like, we need music. Like, the world literally survives and thrives on the sound of music,
Okay, and you are an Afrobeats artist, of course, but you also mix in some gospel apparently into your. How do I do that? How do you do that? Where's the inspiration coming from?
It's coming from God. Like, I am a spiritual person. I'm not so religious, and I think God has brought me where I am today. He's given me the grace to be able to move here and start following my dreams, right? So although I want to be able to sing about love and who I love and how my heart is broken and how vice versa, whatever, hey, we ain't finna how all of that, I still think as a human, you gotta honor the soul. And for me, I say God is the creator of the soul. So if I get inspired to make gospel music, I have a track called Midnight Praise. It's literally just a conversation with God at 2 a.m. in the morning, just kind of telling him how I feel and acknowledging his presence. And so I take that with me, and then I can be confident to make whatever kind of music that I want to make and be authentic with that. Yeah.
And were you always authentic with your music, or is this something that you had to build up, that kind of vulnerability?
I would say privately I was, but openly, no. I came from, again, I'm Nigerian, so I moved to Canada 10 years ago. I never did music in Nigeria. I identify as a lesbian and part of the LGBTQ community, so I didn't have the safe space back home to be able to do that. Write my songs and sing it how I wanted to sing it. So a lot of me, which is interesting because I created a music group back home called the Ephesi Stars, and all we did was write gospel songs. But then I'll go back home and I'll write some, some love about my crush and stuff like that in the room. So it was a sick place for me to be at. I was struggling mentally, so.
And that was your catharsis?
I don't know that word.
Oh,
Does that mean?
It's kind of like that's like your emotional release.
Yes. I like that. Say that again.
Catharsis.
Catharsis?
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something new today. Yeah, that was my emotional release for sure. And so now, but again, by the grace of God, just being able to finally come out of it, work myself, and do the things that I love, approach it with authenticity.
Yeah. Okay, and 2 more questions for you. Sorry. This one might be a little personal, but because you intertwine like gospel with the LGBTQ community, has anyone ever said anything about that? Have you ever had any certain responses about that?
I mean, yeah, like whether they want to say it like, to me or not, I've been performing at shows where I look at the crowd and stuff, not to focus on the crowd or whatever, but I've had like the older people not really understand, and by like elderly people not really understand like how you singing about a girl in the song. Like you just saying midnight praise, now you gonna sing love potion?
Yeah.
Like there's that, but yeah, a lot of, thankfully, it's like I know the energy, like I feel the energy, and I try not to like pay attention to it. Yeah, so I'll go like where the people get me, because that's what I want right now. I need to be with the people that get me.
You need to go where you're accepted.
Yeah, I want to spend too much time worrying about how somebody perceives me, especially if it's a wrong perception. Like that's on you, right? That's not on me.
Very true. And one last question: do you have any upcoming shows, concerts, festivals, events happening?
Yeah, on my website zochimusic.com. Just go on there. We have all the updates and stuff. Right now I'm focusing on my project. I just dropped my EP, trying to make a lot of content for y'all.
What's it called?
Give y'all African Man Fairy Tale, AFT, Z Gang. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for this interview. It was lovely talking to you, and we'll see you guys on the next one.